Hello, my name is Tyler Lypkie. I'm a lawyer in Edmonton, Alberta. Our firm is called Lypkie Henderson, and a major focus of our work here is in the area of employment law. I'm very proud of the fact that over the years we've advised literally hundreds of Albertans in a variety of very complicated and difficult employment law situations. Today I'm going to talk about a very common situation which we encounter, and that is severance package negotiations, and give you with a few key points to take home when you're faced with this type of situation. A severance package is simply an offer from an employer that's made when employment is being terminated. That employment can be terminated for a variety of reasons. It could be performance issues, it could be a downsizing, it could just be bad overall business conditions for the employer. But the bottom line is they're ending that employment relationship, and in return they're offering a financial package to compensate the employee. It's essentially recognizing the legal obligations surrounding severance which fall upon an employer. And in that situation, there are really three key elements that you want to keep in mind when you're navigating through such a package and determining whether or not you should accept it. The first and foremost, obviously, is common sense. Is the offer that they're presenting, is it fair? Is the financial compensation, does it match what you're entitled to given the unique circumstances of your employment, given your employment contract, and other such factors? That very much depends upon the individual client and their background. So obviously, you want to seek legal advice to make sure the offer that's on the table is a fair offer. That's number one. Number two is to be aware of deadlines, and often I find employers will put artificial deadlines on a severance package negotiation. They'll very quickly present an employee with an offer, and they'll expect a response within a matter of days. This puts people in, it's already a very foreign situation with a lot of artificial pressure. Now obviously basic contract law says that yes, the offer will expire on that deadline, but the reality is, in our experience, has shown that just like the entire package, the deadline is negotiable. So certainly you can go back to the employer, you can negotiate an extension, or you can have your lawyer negotiate an extension on your behalf. But simply put, do not be intimidated or forced into accepting an offer based upon a very close deadline. Seek legal advice and analyze the options that are available to you. Lastly, be aware of the terms of the release. Generally speaking, a release is looking for a clear cut, of legal obligations between yourself and the employer. Here's a financial severance, a lump sum, and in return the employer wants to protect themselves from any further legal action which you may take. That's not necessarily unreasonable. It could be a fair bargain, but you want to be absolutely certain to know what exactly you're getting yourself into. There are a lot of clauses that employers will throw into such an agreement which can substantially impact your rights after you've left the employer. They may put in a non-compete clause, for example. And there are a number of very important clauses that you want to be aware of and make sure they're in there and determine whether they're acceptable given your unique circumstances. There are also a number of other issues surrounding insurance issues, benefits, pensions, and so forth, which can be very substantial depending on your unique circumstances. So you want to go over the situation, the terms of the release, and understand how it will impact your position going forward, because it's a lot more is on the table than just the actual financial severance offer that's being put forward. So I hope this has been helpful and has provided some basic information to you regarding severance packages. The core thing I want you to remember is they're negotiable. Generally, it's the first offer, and it's the start of a process, which in many situations can lead to a very favorable result for the employee. So I'd encourage you to contact our law firm and to book a consultation should you be faced with such a situation and you feel you need proper legal advice.